Good evening, as Rob says. David's back from holiday. Welcome back. The fag's gone out. This could be a long video, so let me get on with it. I'll try to recall all the incidents, but I might miss some out. I've had a hell of a lot of good luck in my life. After leaving school on a milk round with Ivan Chamberlain, a bit of a mad driver, and I'm trying to jump on the truck, and he come on, don't laugh. He ran over me. Ends up in hospital. Yeah, the truck got milk crates on the back, I couldn't grab, and I fell in the gutter, and the wheels went, haven't they? But it didn't cause me any lasting damage. In Cyprus, I was never good at navigation, like Graham is, and leading the men one day, we had to get to a certain point, and I tried my best, but I really hadn't got a clue. And how did we arrive at the correct spot? I don't know. It was more luck than judgment. Yeah. I'm ashamed to say, Graham, I'm not as good as you. I tried, but I just couldn't grasp it. Then, of course, I had the accident. There's lots of incidents, but I'll recall the main ones. Hammering down the M25, the motorway that goes around London, going downhill, so doing about 60 mile an hour with the articulated vehicle and the container on the back heading towards Felixstowe Docks. And the trailer dropped off with a container on the back. I was running at 44 ton. And the trailer dropped off, and the trailer was running on its nose. And I looked in the mirror, and it looked like one of Jean-Michel Jarre's concerts. Big shower of sparks. And unfortunately, I braked. All I had to do was turn the wheel left and get out of the way, but I braked. I thought, oh, what's happening? And of course, the trailer caught the uni-tuck, bang, shot me forward, turned round to face the trailer, and the trailer came down towards me, speeding on its own. And fortunately, it didn't hit the cab, or I'd have been gone. It clipped the mirror, a cupboard above me with tins of Irish stew opened, and cans of Irish stew clattered on my head, banged me over on the window, and the trailer carried on down the M25. Fortunately, traffic were light. It stayed in the southbound lane, and eventually came to a halt. And it dug it dug a groove down the M25. I ended up in Harlow Hospital, and I escaped quite lightly. It could have been very serious. And then, come on, think. The accident last August in the VW Golf that I hired out to go down to Cornwall, and intoxicated driver hurtled down towards me, and his car hit the front of the brand new VW Golf and wrote it off. It ended up in the scrapyard. The only mileage on it was the mileage I'd done down to Cornwall and back. If it had hit the side of the car, I wouldn't have been here now. Now, of course, driving the trucks, in constant touch with my chemist friend, John, and getting wound up at Felixstowe Docks, all the hold-ups and delays. I had a pain across my chest, down my left arm and in my left armpit. And I did go to the doctor, and this Indian doctor said it was stress. Excuse me, I just had a ham and tomato sandwich at this rather late hour. It's gone 1 o'clock in the morning. And then another heart attack. Well, I felt bad again with pain across my chest, and I should have known, down my left arm and in my left armpit. And John, the chemist, kept saying, Arthur, you're having a heart attack. Go to the nearest hospital. I said, John, I can't just abandon the truck. I was doing work around Yorkshire, I think. He said, but Arthur, I'm telling you, I'm a pharmacist. I know what I'm talking about. You are having a heart. I said, John, stop overreacting. It's indigestion. And John was in despair. And I carried on working, and I got back on the Friday night. I managed to get back, still with the pains across my chest, down my left arm. And I went to Tesco and bought a loaf of bread. And I thought, what do I do? Go home to the chalet I had at Calverton, just outside Nottingham, or go to the hospital. And I thought, I'd better go to the hospital. And I phoned John. I said, I'm going to the hospital, John. He says, good, thank God for that. And I went in there, holding my chest, and told them. And immediately they took me in and started sticking needles in me and everything. And, I said, what's the problem? They said, you're having a heart attack. I said, oh, God. Of course, John had been telling me. And they gave me that stuff that thins the blood. My cholesterol was sky high. I was a heavy smoker at that time. And I laid on this couch, just me tracky bottoms on, my boots. They took my shirt off because they got them things stuck all over my chest. The next minute, Andrew and his wife and my daughter Anne and David turned up. I says, what are you lot doing here? Andrew said, John phoned me. Because John used to ask Andrew about computers, so he had his phone number. He says, John phoned me. He says, you have an heart attack. And I says, yeah, well, it's nothing important. Andrew said, why the hell don't you listen to John? He knows what he's talking about. So, of course, I've known John for over 30 years, and I do upset him. I've upset him this week. But, I've sent him an email. I said, John, I really do apologise. We go back a long way and we cannot fall out. He said, don't worry about it, Arthur. As I've always said to you, just be yourself. If you was any different, I'd think there's something wrong with you. If you wasn't mouthing and shouting at me and upsetting me, I would think you are really ill. So don't worry about it. And lots more things have happened. But, I wanted money. Standing out there on the balcony. I just need some more money, and I got it, yeah. I'm a lot better off, but I had all of a sudden osteoarthritis hit. I had both my hip joints replaced, and this money now is enabling me to hide these cars out. Now, is there such a thing as guardian angels that watch over you? I've had bad luck, yeah, but I've had a hell of a lot of good luck. There's many more incidents I would have to record and write down. And it's something to think about. Yeah. I don't want to live to a great age, but I have a strong suspicion I will. Because at the moment now, in the hospital after the heart attack, they gave me that thing over my chest, like when a woman's pregnant, they put it over the belly to show the baby inside, and I could see my heart. She showed me the screen, and the nurse said, that dark area there is your previous heart attack. I said, well, that wasn't diagnosed. The doctor said it was stress. She says, no, that was a heart attack. That's that dark area. And the present dark area, that dark area there, she said, the very dark area is your previous heart attack, and that dark area is your present heart attack. I said, so my heart, is it weak then? She says, yeah, you've got dead tissue. But I've had all the tests, and they said, although my heart's got dead tissue, the rest of it is working strong, and I will keep going. Yeah, well, until that glorious day, I believe that we'll go when we're meant to go. I could have gone many times, but I was not meant to go. You'll go, leave this earthly plane when you're meant to, and the glorious day when you return home and leave the empty shell behind. The empty shell which has to be cremated. I don't want my family, I don't want to be buried and my family standing over my grave crying, no. Once I go back where we came from, I could say heaven, Sam will say heaven, but once I leave this earth, earthly physical body, I will go back home and it will be burnt. Nah, I think that's how it's got to be. I also think that suicide is the ultimate sin. You cannot take your own life. It's not your life to destroy. You're given this life, and you've got to, I think, you've got to carry on. And if I can say it, you've got to surmount the hurdles placed in your path. You get over them and just keep going until that day when you eventually snuff it, as I shall eventually. I've outlived a lot of friends. They've all gone. My old schoolmate Michael, and many more friends, my oldest brother, and I feel okay at the moment, so I'm not going yet. No, you're not going to get rid of me that easy. Yeah, so, words of wisdom, as I joke a lot, from King Arthur, and as I said on Facebook, someone called my sweet Guinevere, a slapper. So I chucked him off the top of the castle, the bastard. So I want a crown. I'm going to try and get one, a King Arthur crown, and let the beard grow. And I have visited Glastonbury and seen Arthur's grave. Stood over it, said, "Hey, Arch, you alright, mate?" But I didn't get a response like, And I've took strange photographs at Glastonbury, historic Glastonbury in the UK, the site of the first Christian church in England. And I've got strange photos amongst the thousands of photos I've got, and things appear on the photographs that didn't appear to the naked eye, especially in the Chalice Gardens, where the legend is that the cup used by Christ at the Last Supper is buried there. The spring water, it never fails, even in the most severest drought. But it failed one day when my brother Dennis from Axminster came up with a 5-gallon empty drum and filled it, and the spring that day stopped running. And the Holy Thorn, he took a cutting off it. He shouldn't have done. And that's it. So have I got a guardian angel watching over me? Perhaps I have. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to bed. Hey? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong clock. 12:51. That's a video. It's now 1:20 in the morning, and I'm off. Right, I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night. Bye. Come on, don't mess me about at this time of night. Good night.